It's important that the drapes and gowns that are used to prevent bacterial contamination of the wound and therefore surgical site infection don't have holes in them big enough for bacteria to come through and cause such an infection. With reusable products, these holes have to be found before they come to you and repaired or the product removed from service so that you're sure that you don't have a product with holes in it. Can you be really sure that there are no holes big enough for a bacteria to come through? Let's have a look at what this means in terms of the hole family. We have a range here from the biggest hole, 1 centimetre, right down to 1 micron. Now what does this really mean? Have a look at a drape with a 1 centimetre rip in it. Could this be seen on inspection? Well, yes, I'm pretty sure it could be. It doesn't need great eyesight to see something that big, and on the light table behind it, it'd be easier to see. So, what does this actually mean in terms of scale? Let's put a pin beside this rip to give some idea of what these things actually mean to us all. And then going down through the hole levels, 0.5 centimetre or 5,000 microns, still big enough to see. Then 1 millimetre, 1,000 microns. You could probably spot this through a light table looking at it. Getting smaller than this though, they become more and more difficult to see. 0.5 millimetre, 500 microns is what we'd describe as a pinprick. Small, but maybe big enough for a lot of bacteria to come through. At 0.05 of a millimetre, or 50 microns, this is where we start seeing potentially infectious agents, Candida in this case. Now my research has shown me that the smallest thing that can be seen with extremely acute eyesight is about 80 microns in diameter. This is the diameter of the average human hair. That's what we're looking for. 80 microns is a superhighway for bacteria. Down to 10 microns, when we see some bacteria appearing, you can see that they could easily fit through a 10 micron hole. And then we come to some smaller ones, and we can see that even the immature bacteria can go through a smaller hole. And finally, just to show you that I'm actually talking about something that matters, here is the end of a hypodermic needle, deliberately contaminated with E. coli, and then photographed under the electron microscope to show us what it actually means. And remember, the only way to check for holes in a reusable material is using a light table and the naked human eye to see if any holes are there. Remember, you have to have extraordinary visual acuity to see this, and young eyes are the best eyes. This is how it's done. Are you sure that you're not compromising infection control?